There are ghost stories that make you question reality. Tonight, we explore 5 of the most believable paranormal encounters ever recorded. This is a one-way ticket into the terrifying unknown. We begin with the infamous Enfield Poltergeist. Picture this. 1977, a quiet home in Enfield, England. A single mother, Peggy Hodgson, lived there with her 4 children. It started subtly. 11-year-old Janet, one of Peggy's daughters, told her that her bed was shaking. But the incidents escalated. Furniture began moving on its own. Knocking sounds echoed through the walls, and objects levitated. The Hodgson family was living a nightmare. They called the police, desperate for help. Even the police officers witnessed a chair sliding across the room by itself. Paranormal investigators, including Maurice Gross and Guy Lyon Playfair, arrived at the house armed with cameras and recording equipment. Grosser and Playfair recorded eerie voices coming from Janet, a guttural, growling voice claiming to be the spirit of a man who had died in the house. The voice spoke of anger, of unrest, of a desire to disrupt the peace of the living. To this day, these recordings send chills down the spines of those who hear them. Some skeptics argue the girls faked the haunting, that it was all an elaborate hoax. But with police reports, audio recordings, and countless eyewitnesses, the Enfield Poltergeist remains one of the most compelling cases of supernatural activity ever documented. Was it a case of mischievous children? Or was something truly demonic at play in that house? The mystery endures. In the early 1900s, Anna Ecklund from Iowa became the subject of a terrifying exorcism. She started recoiling at holy objects as if burned by their touch. Her devout Catholic parents sought help from the church. In 1912, her first exorcism took place. Priests armed with prayers and holy water tried to drive out the force, but it didn't work. Her possession worsened. Years later, a second exorcism was attempted at a convent in Erling, Iowa. Witnesses say Anna's body levitated, hovering in midair. Priests reported seeing shadowy figures with glowing eyes. After 23 days, the demons were expelled, and Anna lived a normal life. The exorcism of Anna Ecklund remains a chilling testament to the unknown. Now we travel back to 1817 Tennessee, where the Bell family encountered a supernatural entity so malevolent that it has become one of the most infamous hauntings in American history. John Bell, the patriarch of the family, noticed a strange animal on his farm. A creature with the body of a dog and the head of a rabbit. Soon, knocking sounds rattled their walls at night, growing louder, more insistent. Blankets were pulled off their beds as they slept, invisible hands tugging at the fabric. The entity, as if to announce its presence, called itself Kate, and claimed it was there to torment John Bell. It was said to have poisoned John Bell, taking credit for his death with a chilling whisper. The Bell Witch, a chilling reminder that some evils never truly die. This next case is as terrifying as it is recent. In 2011, Latoya Ammons and her 3 children moved into a small rental house in Gary, Indiana, only to find themselves at the center of what has been called the House of 200 Demons. Latoya and her children were just settling in when the strange occurrences began. Her children began speaking in deep, unnatural voices. One son walked backward up a wall in front of a hospital nurse and a social worker, both of whom signed sworn affidavits confirming what they saw. Multiple exorcisms were performed, and the air thick with incense and the desperate pleas of the priests, the house was eventually abandoned, deemed too dangerous to inhabit. For our final case, we travel to the frozen Ural Mountains of Russia, where, in 1959, 9 experienced hikers met a gruesome and unexplained fate. The hikers set out on a skiing expedition. Their bodies were found scattered across the mountainside, their tents ripped open as if from the inside. Some were missing tongues and eyes, their faces frozen in silent screams. Others had crushed bones, but no external wounds, as if crushed by an immense unseen force. Theories abound, each more unsettling than the last. Traces of radiation were found on their clothes. The mystery of Dyatlov Pass remains one of the most unsettling cold cases in history. 5 stories, 5 encounters that defy explanation, each one a chilling glimpse into the unknown. Are they proof of the paranormal, or are they simply cases of mass hysteria and misinterpretation? That is for you to decide. But as you turn on the lights and try to shake off the chill that settled deep in your bones, remember this: the line between reality and nightmare is thin, and sometimes the things that go bump in the night are very real.